Alright, in this video, we're going to talk about the dream girl. And it doesn't mean it's necessarily a girl you want to live up to, but we want to talk about what that person's expectations of you that they're not getting, but they have you as a placeholder. Let's get into it. So I'm Nia. This is Talk with Nia. I did make a vlog today, and guess what? The whole thing got deleted, so I am upset. I'm mad, but we're still going to make a video today. Like, comment, subscribe. Donate to the Cash App if you can. Donate to the Venmo if you can. Let's get into it. So the dream girl. Me. You. I want you to know, first of all, you are that girl. You're that it girl. You're that girl. You are that person, right? You are everything. So don't think that what I'm saying is like, oh, well, you have to strive to be like this person or like, absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to say how a lot of men, niggas, are out here wasting your time. Let's get into it. Don't y'all love me? I've noticed in the past that there have been men that I've dealt with or my friends or whatever, like let's call it what it is. Like it's experience that many women have where you are a placeholder. That man will know what they want and who they want. But they may know it's out of reach for them. They may know that they're not up to par for what they want. They may also know that what they want is so unrealistic that it's just not gonna happen. So what do? They put someone in a place. I call this like a placeholder. Not saying this is your worth or your value. No, it's just when you get into this place, you don't know you're being put in that place until you start to see the way someone moves, the way they make you feel, and then understanding how they think about you. You really have to take into account what people say and their actions to understand how they think about you, which is way more important than what they even did. So I've noticed that a lot of women, including myself back then when I was dating, I would find myself in a placeholder situation where it's like, I definitely feel like I'm not the one for this person, but they just have me here until they find that right one. And I'm here to tell you, don't be that person. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. This is why I always talk about homegirl. This might be even the title of the video. Homegirl, homegirl, homegirl. If a man is homegirling you, that means you are a placeholder too. Stop thinking that you're just a friend. You're not just a friend. You're just in a place. They put you in a place because they can't really get what they want right now, so they have you basically on backup, locked and loaded. That's not a fun position to be as a woman. I've never been called a homegirl, thank goodness. I will never let that slide. Never let that slide. Never let that slide. Never let that slide. Not going. You're not gonna call me no homegirl. But definitely something I want to say is you should know or learn, like, because you may not know, right? When it first happens, you may be like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, why is he went from treating me like this to treating me like that? What happened? Yeah, it's called you're being a placeholder, and they see that you're comfortable with that position and you're okay with it. Think of it like, I don't like football, but think of it like football. Like, they gave you a position, you're gonna be in that position till the game is over, right? They're not gonna change you up. It's very rarely, maybe if somebody, gets into a fight or breaks their leg, but for the most part, they're not changing you up. They're not moving you. And that's how it feels to be that girl. And you don't want to be that girl. Really take into account. My best advice is to take into account how that person thinks of you. And they may not say it, but they may show it. Like, if they're not giving you messages every day, say it started out as messages every day, then all of a sudden they're not giving you messages every day. And on top of it, they're not making an effort to come see you. They're not making an effort to meet up, whether it's halfway or fully. That's when you start to realize, like, okay, they got somebody else on the back burner. Listen, this is also want to tell you, every guy you talk to, immediately assume that they're talking to like at least 10 to 20 women. And these women aren't going to be looking as good as you, period. But just put that in your head so that you know they are disposable and you know not to take these men seriously. The more you don't take them serious, I feel like a man is such a hunter, they're going to try harder. But also, that tells me you're not the one for me. Because, in all honesty, somebody who is talking to one person, you will know and you will feel it. There will be transparency. There will be honesty. There will be trust. There will be literally, I'll give you my phone. Here you go. Go through it. Like, there will be trust like no tomorrow. And that man is rare, but that man does exist. That black man does exist. I know we see a lot of trash out here from black men and the way that they move and all having a different women and this and that. Yeah, no. My best advice because of this in this year 2025 and moving forward, I really encourage more women to be celibate and don't open your legs to these men, because they be dipping and diving in whoever. And if you're thinking about having children, if you want to keep your body right, if you want to keep your pH in balance, please don't think you're just the only one they're dealing with. Don't think, oh, maybe they're dealing with one or two people. That's whatever. That's worth the risk. No, it ain't worth the risk. One person ain't worth the risk. Don't do it. Don't open your legs to these men that just ain't shit. Quite frankly, they're really not nothing. And they will literally sleep with anything. So this is what I mean by dream girl. A lot of men settle for people who are not what they want. However, women, we don't. We don't. We may conversate with you for a second. We may be tricked by a dusty. We've all fallen for a dusty. I'll make a video about that. We've fallen for a dusty, okay? But for the most part, we know what we want. And I think women also voice it as well. I want to touch on something about Shira 7, because a lot of people are like, oh, they don't like her, they like her. I don't like Shira 7 for her extreme, I would say, racism when it comes to the way women look and how she thinks they should look. I don't have to agree with her there. I don't. But when you have a perspective, you're a YouTuber and you try to understand different people, you know, you get it. So I don't get that, but I'm saying I get the rest of the things that she's saying. And I feel like when it comes to Shira 7, sprinkle, some of the stuff she says is so hilarious. Like, I don't know how you sit there and take that serious. It is hilarious. I love it. It's giving funny, hilarious, comical, great. And then there's other things that she says. She has some legit points, but sometimes I'm like, maybe she's a little bit of a psychopath in my opinion. But moral of the story is she separates her emotions from logic, and that's not something that a lot of people can do, man or woman. But in my opinion, that's what she does. She's separating herself when it comes to being emotional about a man and just sticking with the way that they act. Like, she studies men. Like, I'm gonna give it to you. She studies them and then she imitates them. And that is her game. Now, I feel like a lot of people take her advice and they literally go with it. Like, they take it too literal, and I'm like, bro, like, you need to calm down. And if you take her advice very literal, you will be in some sticky situations, like ISIS. Like, you'll be in some sticky waters when it comes to taking Shira 7's advice if you don't just try to have some common sense or think for a second and be like, oh, that's a little weird. That's a little extreme. That's a little weird. I get what you're saying there, though. I get that. Okay. You really gotta know how to execute what she's saying without being dumb. I'm sorry, but I had to say it, for real. Like, you really gotta learn how to just have some common sense with her knowledge, because you could use it. And ain't not wrong with some of the things that she says. Some of the things that she says I do agree with. It's just that I personally don't agree with the whole femininity and the money part, and that's not me. But there are some things that she says about men that are completely true. Completely true. She treats men the way men treat women, which women are disposable, and that's kind of the concept of this video. Not saying not saying you are disposable, but I want you to get it into your head that you are not the only one. Always think you're not the only one when you first start talking to someone. Treat it like you're a queen. You're beyond special, beautiful, gorgeous, period. But don't let that man ever think that they are a prize, because they're not, ultimately. But don't let them think they're a prize. And you're gonna have a lot of incels in my comments talking about, oh, well, you're gonna be alone, this and that, when little do they know I'm not. But anyways, we're getting to the end of the time. You're gonna have a lot of incels like that in the comments, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you see what's happening, you realize what's happening, and you gotta take control of the situation. Like, don't let somebody make you think that they want a relationship with you right off the bat. Because usually those are, like I said, love bombers, gaslighters. That's just the way it's been in this in this dating game for the past couple of years. Like, it's weird with technology. Everyone went from a period of isolation and thinking that, oh, this person was the one having kids, doing stupid stuff, becoming baby daddies. It just stupidity, right? Stupidity out here. And now people are saying, oh, we are going to live a little bit longer. And they're like, oh, now we have to come back to our senses. Like, yeah, it's frustrating, it's annoying, but ultimately, definitely make sure that you don't open up too soon. Be kind, of course. I'm not saying to be kind or mean, but be kind. Have a good time, but be safe. One and two, don't open up your legs for nobody that quickly. Just don't. It's just not worth it unless that's what you want. If that's what you want, fine. But if that's not what you want, and that's kind of like, you like the way this guy looks, you like this personality, and all of a sudden he's saying, hey, all I want to do is hook up, and then you're just like, all right, I guess this is all I'm gonna get. Yeah, I used to be that girl years ago. And I did not like it. I would cry in the shower. I'd be like, this was terrible. Like, why did I do that? And that person would still continue to hit me up as if nothing ever happened. Not okay. Once again, you are not that person's dream girl. And it's not because you are worthless. It's because they ain't shit. They don't have nothing going for their lives, for themselves in their lives, for the most part. And I definitely feel like men settle the hardest when it comes to dating. I feel like women, we're very picky, but a lot of men are just like, this is all I'm gonna get, so I'm not even gonna tell her the truth that I don't want this, I don't want her. That's just the way men are. But to combat with this, vet as much as you can. Don't sleep around. Don't even give them the first date. Like, I want to go through your phone before the first date. No, I'm just joking. That's extreme. That's extreme. But I'm just saying there needs to be such a level of transparency and trust that I'm willing to even sit across from the table with you. You're just not his dream girl, and he's not your dream guy. And just because you're not someone's dream girl doesn't mean that their standard is high. A lot of the time, men that have this dream girl in their head, they want somebody that's obedient, does what they say, has nothing going for themselves. It's more about dominance. It's more about control. A lot of men want control. They feel like your femininity should be controlled. It makes them feel more masculine and patriarchal to have all the control, even when it comes to your decisions. So even you always making the decision or knowing what you want, it can turn off a guy. But then that's what I'm saying, that's not the guy that you need, because a guy should be very philosophical to understand their place, to understand what men have gone through and what they've done and how many wars they've caused, to understand the lack of emotional intelligence. A man should be able to understand that. And if they can't understand that for you, that is not the one. We are in 2025. Yip, yip, hooray. Not the one. It's just not the one for you. Don't think that you have to settle for anyone. And your dream guy is out there. Your dream girl is out there. Just know that everyone has a different standard, and to not lower yours to fit into somebody's box. Also, don't wait around and become complacent. Like, if he is not treating you right, if he's not making moves like he wants to send you flowers, send you gifts, and take you out, if he's not putting in an effort to show that you are worth something to him, leave. I don't care if you want to say, oh, let's just be friends. Absolutely not. Because those type of men don't even know how to treat you as a friend. They really don't. They envy you for the most part. The fact that you can be emotionally intact and still be a kind person while they wallow in pity because they still can't get what they want from you or anybody else. So that's this quick video. I am upset. I did make a whole vlog. I'm so sorry. It was like an hour long. It was an hour-long vlog, you guys. And erased. There was like 20 minutes of grocery shopping erased. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna try and make a vlog. It's gonna be a filming day tomorrow, definitely, especially because after that being deleted, I'm very annoyed. But please like, comment, subscribe, and we are trying to get to 10K. So let's see what happens. We're gonna do it. Bye, y'all.